Hedera, aka Hbar, the one to run the world. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. Guys, we are less than 1,000 subscribers away from 100,000 subscribers. It is absolutely insane, to say the least. I cannot thank all of you out there that continue to watch the videos, continue to support the channel. You guys truly are everything to this channel. Without you guys, this channel would be nothing. So I do appreciate and I want to thank everyone out there that is a subscriber. But let's talk about Hedera and Hbar basically running the world. Right now, it seems as though it's a dream, right? We're looking at Hbar. It's trading at 7 cents. Market cap, 2.5 billion. Fully diluted market cap, 3.5 billion. And you're like, Nick, come on, wake up from this dream that you are having. Hedera's not going to run anything, right? That's exactly what most people are looking at in the short term. But I strongly encourage everyone to join the free Discord. There's going to be a link at the top of the description below. This is one of the most valuable and informative Discords out there, and it's completely free. There's a free side that has a ton of free crypto gems, free market strategies, guides, market trends, free charts, and there's also going to be new cheat sheets dropped in this Discord. And already we have a ton of testimonials from members of the Discord that have been absolutely loving it. So what are you waiting for? Go and click the link at the top of the description below and join the free Discord. We are here to make money in the short term, but also get extremely wealthy in the long term, because that's where all of the money really is in the long-term span of this market. And when I say that, I truly mean that once we get regulations, once we see this technology be implemented and integrated within the traditional system, the amount of money that will be made will be insane. Most people will think that we're crazy right now, but when we have something like Hedera plug and played into the traditional system, the upward, path, wherever we're talking about a ceiling being for the price action, guess what? It's probably 10 times higher. Because you got to remember what these technologies actually have behind them, the potential, the power. It could ultimately revolutionize and change everything around us. And Hedera definitely seems like one of those, networks, and the technology around Hedera also is extremely revolutionary. And we're going to be talking about it. Well, let's first start off with one key industry, and that is healthcare. A lot of people overlook healthcare because they just don't care about it. They don't think too much about it. They're just like, whatever. But I'm sure everyone out there that has, ever gone to the doctors, went to the hospital, whatever the case may be, the entire process is extremely annoying. It's frustrating, right? Especially getting, information, getting data around information, or just even looking at certain things. Like, it is a step process. Every single step of the way, it's a big headache. So as we really look at that, right? Blockchain provides the opportunity to revolutionize global health and create a more trusted and collaborative healthcare ecosystem. A core is a project that we've actually been following for, I think, since going all the way back to 2021 around Hedera. They stand at the forefront of this disruption. Better healthcare with better data. Build on Hedera. Now, over here we have a core. So we have health data made connected, usable, and cryptographically authentic. At a core, our mission is to build trustworthy and interoperable health software backed by blockchain technology. We focus on creating user-friendly healthcare solutions that provide real-time data insights and analytics. As novel technologies like AI become increasingly prominent in healthcare, unlocking the full potential of health data is of utmost importance. And again, this is AI with blockchain converging. I keep telling you guys, focus on those two, because that will pretty much revolutionize and disrupt every single industry, every single sector out there. And the technologies that are at the forefront of this, you need to be focused on, because they will make you extremely wealthy. And Hedera is one of those projects. But if we actually look down here, we can see the Health Data Explorer beta program. A lot of this is in beta. We can actually see integrate and analyze data from various sources, advanced analytics and interactive visualizations, secure and HIPAA compliant as well. Again, that's all more so around, the HIPAA regulations. So this is basically, preparing for once we start to see an integration of this technology, they want to make sure that they're compliant with regulators and with regulations. And here I have key features of a core as well. And then we also have a few documents down here around the use case on Hedera. We have a core leverages the Hedera network and its services in their platform to build a trust in healthcare data for patients, researchers, and providers alike. Now, we could see this full-on use case over here on Hedera's website. We have a core is revolutionizing healthcare by leveraging Web3 technologies to create a secure, interoperable, and patient-centric ecosystem for health data management. By breaking down data silos, enabling seamless data sharing, and fostering collaboration among stakeholders, a core is unlocking the true potential of health data to improve patient outcomes and drive medical research forward. You could actually see 20 plus healthcare projects launched through a core, 130,000 plus cancer clinical trials datasets secured on Hedera, and 3 times acceleration rate for projects on a core as well. And it's crazy that a lot of people don't really look at some of these use cases like this, because these are the types of use cases that we will start to see popping up in the coming weeks, months, and even years ahead. This is real world applications. Like, I focus on projects like this that are very boring. And when I say projects like this, I mean Hedera, like the entire Hedera ecosystem. Let's just be honest here. It does lack retail use cases, but a lot of the use cases that we are seeing, once we see regulations in this space, so many are overlooking what regulations will do. That is the green light. That's the green light for every process to be moved on chain, automated. I mean, guys, this is what you want to see. You want to see projects that are focused on real world applications. And even over here, we could actually see the full on breakdown of just one of a core's products. If you actually go over here to a core's website, for an example, and look at their products, guys, they have a significant amount of products here. But this one is very interesting. So this is cryptographic data mesh, health data made connected, usable, and cryptographically authentic. Now, they do have a video here. I'm not going to play it. Just ultimately, the focus here is securing data, reducing cost, and also, on-time insights. Like, this is insights that you can tap into, in a very short amount of time. That way, we can basically save lives here. And here we have health data is siloed and insulated. And more so, it's focused on, transparency around data. Making data transparent is so crucial. We have, in the rapidly evolving landscape of data management, organizations face significant challenges related to data security, compliance, and operational efficiency. Existing systems often struggle with issues such as outdated technology, siloed data, and high costs associated with data centralization and migration. These challenges are further compounded by increasing need for scalable solutions that can efficiently process large volumes of data while maintaining compliance with regulatory standards such as HIPAA. And yes, this is where we have the healthcare data with a core's cryptographic data mesh. You have de-silo health data without costly centralization, cryptographically proved data authenticity, increased trust and confidence in health data as well. We have a 70% reduction in data migration cost, 50% lower cost of revalidation of health systems, and 60% reduction in compliance and privacy costs. Guys, this is making efficient the entire healthcare industry. That's how big some of these use cases actually are. And then you also have the Health Data Explorer as well. This is unlocking public health insights, uniting data worlds. Like, this is all fully focused on data. And here are some images of the Health Data Explorer and how it actually looks. Again, this is pretty transparent when it comes to data around healthcare, which is typically locked behind a whole bunch of silos. Like, this is what you want to see. Now, also over here, we have a core saying, we are proud to work with Hedera in revolutionizing global health. At a core, we're using AI and DLT to bring greater transparency and interoperability to healthcare data. Together, we're building a more trusted and collaborative healthcare ecosystem. This is just one industry, by the way. And they're also building on top of that use case, even with MyTerra 365, which is empower worker health with MyTerra, the innovative technology reshaping occupational health risk management and streamlining assessments and maximizing protection. We have, over the past 2 days, I gave a presentation and a demo on how we are using the MyTerra protocol to characterize chemicals and track worker exposures. When I arrived, only one person knew how DLT and blockchain can be used this way. By time we leave, many more, including those that make the chemical regulations, will know about our use case with Hedera. And this is just another one within the healthcare ecosystem that is revolutionizing specific processes, saving lives, and This is a game changer, where protecting your employees from occupational health hazards can be difficult. And that's where MyTerra comes into place, solving a global occupational health problem. You can actually see down here that every year, research by the International Labor Organization estimates that there are around 160 million work-related illnesses worldwide, causing about 2.78 million deaths, with 2.4 million attributed to workplace illnesses. Hazardous substances like chemicals, pesticides, and radiation contribute to 41% of these fatalities, resulting in 2 workers dying every minute. So we need to solve this problem, and that's where MyTerra comes into place. Here's the full-on solution as well. And remember that this is all built on Hedera. So this is game-changing. Now, beyond this, we also have Neuron, which I have made videos on Neuron in the past. This is such an incredible use case. This is a DePIN infrastructure on Hedera. We have our CEO spoke with the Hbar Bull last week about our beta program successes for Get Centralized Physical Infrastructure Networks, CPINs, with a token. This new infrastructure on Hedera allows anyone to build truly decentralized peer-to-peer service networks. Flight tracking is just the beginning. And yes, the flight tracking is a big game changer, right? Like, this is going to track everything in the air, build out, a world essentially that is not here yet, of air taxis and drone deliveries and things like that, all of that being transactions on Hedera. But that's just the beginning. We are going to start to see so many different networks, so many, different use cases thriving through just one application like Neuron. This is a domino effect that you need to be focused on. But outside of that, also the world's balance sheet. Just recently, May 24th of 2023, a year ago, Reuters put out an article on the world's balance sheet may need AI-style productivity leap, okay? Now, like I said, we have been focused on AI and blockchain converging. Even with a core, we're now starting to see that become a big focus. AI and DLT, or blockchain, converging at a time to realize in this vision of a much more efficient, a much more trusted, and a much more open ecosystem around healthcare, around finance, around anything. And when we look at the world's balance sheet, it may need an AI-style productivity leap. We know that back in January of 2023, we have bringing the balance sheet of the planet to the public ledger. Now, this was at, I believe, Davos. I believe that this was at Davos when they announced this, but this was following what the United Nations was pushing around loss and damage and things like that. But this is a big deal to me, because if there was a network out there, a DLT in this space that could actually handle the scale of something like this, it is Hedera. We have what it means to bring the balance sheet of the planet to the public ledger. And here we have a full-on breakdown of this with carbon markets, green debt, things like that. And no matter what your opinion on this is, we are now seeing regulations around major enterprises, companies, businesses that need to be, focused on ESG models and what they're doing around ESG. And they also need to track and trace ESG and the data behind that. The best way to do this is on chain with DLT. We actually even have here data is the focus, right? Like, so putting the balance sheet of the planet on the public ledger establishes a single source of truth that facilitates cross-sectoral cooperation and decision-making processes that are cost-effective and rooted in real-world impact. Leveraging DLT allows businesses to go beyond traditional financial reporting to include globally contextualized sustainability metrics alongside standard accounting frameworks. Data, how we source it, who owns it, and how it is used is undergoing a seismic shift thanks to new levels of transparency and participation unlocked by DLT and Web3 protocols. This is where we focus on the DLTs in this space that are at the forefront of it. Like, for example, Hedera, with even ServiceNow. Their Now platform is a crucial one to focus on because that is a tie back to 80% of the Fortune 500 companies out there. And this is because of ESG accounting. There is a mandate on this. There is a major thing that is being pushed by regulators in specific areas. For an example, Europe is a big one right now around having ESG models in place. And that's where we welcome in Guardian through Hedera. This is environmental assets based on real world data. This is all through Hedera. And this is a big deal. These are big solutions. These are big use cases. And we even have here the balance sheet of the planet should live on a public ledger. And that's where we actually look at Hedera creating this regenerative economy on the network. And here we have a regenerative economy requires markets that are transparent and accessible to ensure auditable, discoverable, and liquid qualities. Transparency and access to data and information are essential for these markets to function properly. And here we could actually see make climate finance auditable, digitize and open source methodologies, scale validation and verification, make sustainability reporting credible, and discover a global carbon price. And this is all with, the Guardian and with Envision blockchain. This is a very big deal. And Avery Dennison is tied back to this, as well as ServiceNow. And we could actually see some of the other names tied to this. Again, a lot of these are ecosystem players that are tied back to Hedera. But then also over here, talking about that, we also have Fresh Supply Co., which is changing the supply chain game. We have the Fresh Supply Co. supply chain application was the largest user of the now sunset MasterCard Provenance private blockchain because, again, it's not about private blockchains. It's more so about public blockchains now. Understanding the value of a public network, the team migrated to Hedera for RWA tokenization across the agri-food supply chain. The agri-food value chain covering the process of producing, processing, and distributing agricultural products from farm to fork is complex and opaque. As a result, financiers have been limited to balance sheets and P&L during credit risk assessment. Through FSCO, events throughout the value chain such as transformation of cow to beef, milk to cheese, and other processes such as shipping, customs, filling of standing orders, and so on are tokenized, tied together, and tracked with full transparency. By tokenizing assets and events throughout the agri-food supply chain at scale, FSCO is actively digitizing food production and trade, enabling complete transparency and deep verifiable data for financiers. This data then allows financiers to analyze and validate that goods and assets are flowing in and out of a business, in turn enabling them to substantiate cash flows and as a result of those events on a continuous basis. These events are also used to trigger conditional payments via Continuity API, the payment trigger API connecting Hedera to ACH, bank-to-bank payments, and MasterCard network, and the MasterCard payment gateway services. The Hedera token service is also integrated within Continuity API, facilitating the conditional minting of tokens, fungible and non-fungible, within commercial workflows. This in turn empowers financial institutions to make data-driven credit decisions, increasing lending confidence and broadening trade financing opportunities for consumers. And this is just, a few use cases. If you go and look at the network, right? Like, look at everything that we see here. Let's just go look at Web3 applications, right? We could see, accelerators and stuff like that, but we have AI, we have audit logs, credit economy, DAOs, DeFi, DEXs, domains, gaming, identity, IoT, launchpads, lending, loyalty, marketplace, tooling, sustainability, staking, stablecoin studio, stablecoins, social media, play to earn. Like, these are all major areas. Now, this is just Web3 applications. We're not even talking about enterprise applications, which have ties back to, again, banking, agriculture, creator economies, data integrity, DeFi, energy, gaming, healthcare, identity. Like, this is covering every single industry, every single sector. This is why I've always said, Hedera is truly going to run the world, or at least be one of the big giants to do so. I do think that Hedera has a very big role here to fill. And I really do think that as we start to see everything going on chain, with everything that Hedera has behind it, right now, short term, yeah, sure. Does half the stuff not really matter? It probably doesn't, because we're still in a speculative and hype-driven market. But once we have regulations, once everything's integrated and implemented on a global scale, that's where everything changes. That's where Hedera becomes a blue chip. That's where everyone knows of potentially Hedera's name. That's where Hedera becomes the Amazon or the Apple or the Microsoft that we know in Web3. So with that being said, if you guys did enjoy the video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, I hope that you guys all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night if you guys are out there in the world. This has been Nick. Peace out.